Hello, my name is Bob Hatcher, and I am a volunteer here at Community. First, I want to congratulate you for joining the small group. For me personally, it changed my Christian walk. It didn't happen overnight, I'm still on the journey, but my faith grew much stronger and my relationship with God much closer. And I hope the same thing will happen to you. In this video, what I'd like to do is cover the format that you can expect in a discussion group. And if you're a newbie, if you've never been in something like this before, I also cover the guidelines that will help maximize the effect of your time in the discussion group. Vision. The magic of a small group comes from the input of everyone in the group. Everyone brings a piece of the pie. Wisdom and questions can both help yourself as well as the rest of the group discover the right answers. The format of our discussion group. One thing that we like to do that makes our time together just that much nicer is having snacks to munch on during our discussion. It is definitely not mandatory, but everyone who is able takes turns bringing the snacks for that week's discussion. The facilitator will pass around a sign-up sheet and you can indicate which weeks you'll be able to bring the snacks. First will be an icebreaker. The icebreaker is designed to stimulate conversation and hopefully tied to, but not always, with what we will be discussing that day. Those are sometimes difficult to think of good ones, so if you know any, feel free to let the facilitator know. Then for approximately 15 minutes we chat. This is a very important and crucial part of our discussion group. What it does is provide connection with each other, creates the ease of conversation, and the discussion is more open. The next part is the actual discussion of that day's topic. As we learn, we always try to bring it back to how will this apply to me? As Christians, we want our actions to improve, not just our knowledge. Then at the end of our time together, we try to end on time. It could be 10 minutes till or 10 minutes after. The reason why it is in a gray area is because we don't want to kill an aha moment. There are times when an epiphany will happen anywhere during our discussion. And if it is right at the end, we certainly don't want to kill it by saying, oh, time to go, we got to go. At the end of the meeting, we always close in prayer. We all take turns. But if you feel uncomfortable praying out loud, no worries. You are not required to do so. But if you have ever heard me pray, you'll probably hear that I've set the bar pretty low, and I'm sure you'll be able to do just as well. The guidelines. First, of course, is to be on time. People who are on time and rarely miss the meetings feel better connected and get the most out of the group. Of course, turn off and put away cell phones, no texting during the discussion group, no laptop. It's important that we give 100% of our attention to the discussion. Come prepared. If your discussion group is discussing parts of the Bible or a book, make sure you read it before you come to the group. Somewhere during the week, you may need to spend about an hour preparing for the discussion. You want to have your comments and questions ready. If you are one that likes to read ahead, it's a good idea to spend a few minutes scanning over your notes, highlighting, and questions to refresh your memory. Listen to the group member who is speaking. Of course, no side conversations while someone else is talking, but respect everyone's opinion and input. We can disagree, but do it respectfully and humbly. Everyone is at a different point in their Christian journey. As Paul writes, be gracious. And the big piece that I referred to during the vision was everyone participates. It is a discussion group and not a classroom. We want and need everyone's 2 cents worth. Have you ever been part of a group that's been like pulling teeth for someone to talk? We don't want that here. There are people who absolutely love to participate. They jump in and give their 4 cents worth. I used to have a tendency to do that myself. And so we want to make sure that everyone has a chance to contribute. We don't want to have 2 or 3 of us discussing and everyone else is not speaking or contributing. So if the facilitator approaches you and asks you to pull back a bit, don't be offended. We absolutely love everyone's input, but as a facilitator, his or her role is to draw out everyone in the group. It is okay, however, if we use your example or someone else's example for the majority of the session. Be sensitive about telling people what they should and shouldn't do by taking the role of the teacher or a know-it-all. Approach your input with a humble attitude. It is more powerful and impactful when you own your input by giving examples from your own journey. It is easy to get sidetracked and discuss other important topics, but do your best to stay on topic. Once in a while, however, the facilitator may direct the conversation away from the topic to address an important underlying issue. And you want to be committed to coming every week. It would be nice if you could not make it for a particular session to email the group ahead of time. Let them know that you can't make it. It helps with the connection as well. And lastly, confidentiality. What is said in the group stays in the group. Through your discussion, my hope is everyone will open up, become more vulnerable, and discuss sensitive topics that will create big aha moments. We want to make sure we keep a safe environment, that everyone feels comfortable opening up. So there you go. Hopefully it was helpful. And I hope that the discussion group will be fun and effective and help morph your Christian walk as it did mine. God bless.